What if I told you that wealth isn't something you chase, but something you attract effortlessly with the power of your words? That every time you speak with intention, you awaken a magnetic force within you, one that draws abundance, opportunities, and prosperity straight to your doorstep. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and comment, "I'm ready to receive," if you're open to the flow of limitless wealth today. There is a law within you greater than any economic condition, greater than any job, greater than any market or government decree. It is the law of your own subconscious belief, the law that responds exactly to the pattern of thought you impress upon it. Money is not a mysterious stranger. Money is a vibration, a frequency of divine substance that takes form according to your inner conviction. If you believe that money is scarce, it will hide from you. If you believe that money is free-flowing and abundant, it will rush to you like a river seeking the sea. You're not meant to chase after wealth. You're meant to magnetize it. When you speak to yourself with faith and conviction, when you affirm prosperity as already yours, the law of your subconscious mind begins to rearrange circumstances, people, and events to fulfill that truth. A man once said to Dr. Joseph Murphy, "I've worked hard all my life, but I never seem to get ahead. I earn just enough to live, and the moment I get a little extra, something happens and it's gone." Dr. Murphy said to him, "It is not life that keeps you poor, it is your belief about life. You have believed in loss, and so the law of your mind must bring you loss." The man was told to change his habitual inner speech, to begin affirming quietly and steadily every morning and evening, "Money flows to me freely, joyfully, and endlessly. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Wealth of every kind is attracted to me." Within a few weeks, he noticed strange coincidences. His company offered him a new position, his old debts were forgiven, and unexpected opportunities appeared. He said later, "It was as though money had been waiting all along for me to call it home." Money hunts the one who loves and understands it rightly. It seeks the consciousness that welcomes it, not the mind that fears or condemns it. Many people secretly despise money, calling it the root of all evil, while they also crave it. They are like a man who throws stones at the fruit tree and wonders why it yields nothing. Money is not evil. It is the energy of divine circulation made visible in the world of form. The root of evil is fear, ignorance, and separation from the source. Money itself is only a symbol of God's inexhaustible abundance. To affirm that you love the idea of abundance is to love the action of life itself. When you say, "Money flows to me easily and constantly," you're not begging or pleading with some distant force. You're issuing a decree to your subconscious mind, the silent builder of your reality. Every repetition engraves a new groove in your mental pattern, and soon your outer life must reflect your inner statement, just as a shadow must follow the object that casts it. You cannot plant seeds of lack and expect to harvest abundance. You cannot say, "I never have enough," and then wonder why enough never comes. But you can, at any moment, begin to reverse the tide by repeating words of wealth, gratitude, and sufficiency until they become your natural vibration. The law of attraction is not a superstition, it is divine mathematics. It gives you in equal measure the substance of what you hold true. Therefore, let your inner word be filled with confidence and joy. Say to yourself throughout the day, "I am open and receptive to the wealth of the universe. Money now comes to me in avalanches of abundance. I am guided to prosperity, and everything I need flows to me in divine order." These are not empty sentences. They are spiritual instruments. Spoken with faith, they shape the unseen forces of life into visible prosperity. When you look at your bank balance, do not tremble. Look upon it as a temporary picture of the past, not a prophecy of the future. Say, "This too shall expand. The infinite substance of God now fills this account with divine increase." You are not limited by numbers on a screen. You are sustained by an invisible supply that never runs out. The universe has no shortage, and the same infinite intelligence that feeds the birds of the air and clothes the lilies of the field also guides your affairs when you think rightly. Money begins to hunt you the moment you stop hunting it. When you cease chasing after appearances and start affirming inner wealth, the tide turns. You become the magnet, not the beggar. The world around you rearranges itself to match your conviction. People, ideas, and situations appear without struggle. Your work becomes joyful. Your actions are guided. Your timing becomes perfect. You will find that as you affirm abundance, abundance affirms you. Say these words often, not with strain, but with calm certainty. I am rich in divine ideas. Wealth is my birthright. I now accept prosperity as my natural state. Money loves me and seeks me out. Everywhere I go, abundance greets me. Repeat them morning and night until they take root, and watch how life begins to move in your favor. Remember, money is not your master, it is your servant, and it will always serve the one who knows the truth that the source of all riches lies within. The inner law of circulation. Money is not meant to stagnate, it is meant to circulate. It is like the blood in your body. If it ceases to move, it brings disease. The more freely it flows, the more vitality it brings to every organ of your life. You must therefore understand that the secret to attracting money is not in holding tightly to what you have, but in knowing that the source behind it can never run dry. Many people say, "I cannot give because I have so little." And in that very sentence, they shut the door of abundance. They are like the man who refuses to plant his last handful of seeds, fearing they might be wasted, never realizing that only in the sowing does the harvest begin. A woman said to Dr. Joseph Murphy, "I am always fearful about spending money. Whenever I pay a bill, I feel as though something is leaving me." He said to her, "It is not leaving you, it is moving in divine circulation. Every payment you make is a prayer of gratitude. When you release money with a consciousness of blessing, it returns multiplied." She began a new habit. Each time she paid for something, she silently said, "I bless this money, and it blesses everyone it touches. It returns to me pressed down, shaken together, and running over." In a few months, her business income doubled. Her sense of fear dissolved into trust. She discovered that when she blessed the flow, she became one with the flow. You must come to know money as movement, not as matter. It is not paper or coins. It is the invisible life force of exchange, a stream of divine energy that flows wherever it is invited by faith and withheld wherever fear builds a dam. You are the channel through which this stream moves. If you affirm poverty, you constrict the channel. If you affirm abundance, you expand it. That is why gratitude is so powerful. It opens the gates wide. When you say, "Thank you, God, for the riches already on their way," you are tuning yourself to the frequency of receiving. Some people think it is spiritual to be poor. They believe lack is holy and wealth is worldly. But that is a misunderstanding of the law of life. The universe is abundant in every direction. Look at the forests, the stars, the oceans teeming with life. God does not withhold beauty nor limit his creation. Why then should you think he withholds prosperity from his child? Poverty is not virtue. It is the result of false belief. Prosperity is not vanity. It is the expression of divine order and harmony. The more you have, the more channels through which you may bless others. You may begin now to practice the law of circulation. Each day affirm quietly, "I give freely and I receive richly." Divine substance is forever flowing through me as prosperity, ideas, and opportunities. Everything I give blesses the world and returns to me multiplied. Let these words become your song of supply. As you give, whether in money, kindness, service, or prayer, know that you are never losing. You are sending energy into circulation, and the law guarantees its return. If you hold on to money with fear, you are telling your subconscious mind that you do not trust the source, and whatever you do not trust cannot bless you. Release your grasp, and you will find that money begins to come in new, unexpected ways. The very act of giving breaks the hypnotism of scarcity. The universe hates a vacuum. When you give, you make space, and the law rushes to fill that space. Remember always, money is an obedient servant. It takes its cue from your mental attitude. If you speak of lack, it departs. If you speak of abundance, it returns. Say often, divine abundance is forever manifesting in my affairs. I am a steward of infinite supply, and I use it wisely, lovingly, and joyfully. When your inner speech becomes one of circulation, not accumulation, you will never again fear the loss of money. So begin today to think of money as movement, not possession. Let it flow with faith. Give with love. Receive with gratitude. Know that each transaction, each exchange, each blessing you release is a wave in the ocean of divine prosperity. And soon you will see that you are not pursuing money. It is pursuing you because you have become the living channel through which abundance loves to flow. The subconscious magnet. Your subconscious mind is the invisible magnet that draws to you all that you believe to be true of yourself. If you believe you are poor, struggling, or unworthy, the subconscious must reflect that belief in your outer life. If you believe you are rich, deserving, and guided by divine intelligence, that too must appear. The subconscious does not argue, it obeys. It is the silent builder, the unseen architect. Whatever blueprint you hand it through thought and feeling, it constructs without question. Therefore, to change your world, you must change the pattern of belief you impress upon this inner power. A young man once told Dr. Murphy, "I say affirmations every day, but nothing changes. I feel like I'm lying to myself." Dr. Murphy said, "You must not say the words mechanically. You must feel their truth. The subconscious responds not to empty repetition, but to the emotion of conviction." The young man began to practice affirming with feeling. Each morning he declared aloud, "I am a magnet for divine abundance. Money and opportunity flow to me effortlessly. I give thanks for the riches of life." He would close his eyes and imagine himself already successful, already living in comfort, already blessing others with his wealth. In a matter of weeks, his confidence grew, his actions aligned, and doors began to open that had long been closed. You must therefore understand that affirmations are not magic words. They are seeds of faith planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. They require repetition, emotion, and expectancy. Each time you speak them with feeling, you water the seed. Each time you doubt, you dig it up. So keep planting, keep watering, keep believing until the harvest appears. Your subconscious mind has infinite intelligence. It knows how to attract opportunities, people, and ideas in ways your conscious reasoning could never plan. But it requires instruction. You are the captain giving orders. If you say money is hard to get, it will make it so. If you say money flows to me easily, it will make that true instead. It is impartial. It only reflects the direction of your thought. To strengthen this inner magnet, begin and end each day with quiet affirmation. Infinite intelligence governs all my financial affairs. Prosperity flows to me now. I'm guided, sustained, and enriched in all ways. Speak it slowly, with deep feeling, until you sense peace. That peace is the sign that your subconscious has received the command. Then let it work. You do not dig up a seed to see if it's growing. You trust the process. Every thought you think is a form of money in motion. Each word you speak is an investment of energy. When you fill your inner world with thoughts of wealth, gratitude, and confidence, you build a magnetic field that pulls the same from the world around you. You become what you contemplate. So do not fight poverty. Affirm abundance. Do not resent the wealthy. Bless them. Do not struggle to earn. Align yourself with the law of increase. Say often, I am rich in divine ideas. My subconscious mind draws to me everything I need to prosper. Money is my friend, and I use it wisely and lovingly. Soon, you will feel an invisible current carrying you forward, opportunities finding you, and money coming as a natural result of your inner certainty. The subconscious is your gold mine. Dig into it daily. Speak to it with love, with confidence, and with thanksgiving. It is the unseen magnet that, once rightly tuned, causes money to hunt you, follow you, and serve you faithfully all the days of your life. The energy of belief. Everything in your life, including money, responds to the energy of your belief. Belief is not a wish, nor is it mere positive thinking. Belief is the deep inner knowing that what you affirm is already true in the unseen. It is the spiritual conviction that your word cannot return void, that the universe must fulfill what you have accepted as real. When you truly believe in your prosperity, it ceases to be an effort. It becomes a quiet certainty, a calm expectancy that everything you need flows to you in perfect order. A man once told Dr. Joseph Murphy, I've been affirming for years, but I still live from paycheck to paycheck. I must be doing something wrong. Dr. Murphy said, you believe in limitation more than in abundance. You repeat words of prosperity, but in your heart you doubt their truth. Your belief in lack is stronger than your belief in supply, and so your subconscious obeys the stronger vibration. The man began to meditate each morning on one phrase only. God is my instant, constant, and infinite supply. He repeated it until it no longer felt like an effort, until it sank deeply into his awareness. Within 3 months, his financial state changed. He received an unexpected inheritance, a new business flowed to him with ease. His belief had shifted, and life obeyed. The law is simple. You do not get what you wish for. You get what you believe. If you believe that money is scarce, you will always experience scarcity, no matter how hard you work. If you believe that money is abundant and spiritual, you will draw it naturally and joyfully. The universe mirrors your conviction. Every transaction, every opportunity, every coincidence is the reflection of your faith. You must therefore train yourself to believe in wealth as a divine certainty. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. When you say, all my needs are met now and forever, you are not boasting. You are acknowledging the truth of your being. God's universe is rich beyond measure, and you are part of that richness. Lack is a lie. Abundance is reality, but you must claim it. The subconscious accepts only what you claim as true. How do you build belief? Through repetition, imagination, and feeling. Each day, affirm wealth as though it were already yours. Visualize yourself paying bills with joy, giving generously, living comfortably, and blessing others through your prosperity. Feel the happiness of that freedom, the peace of knowing you are always supplied. The subconscious cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts whatever impression is most deeply felt. Therefore, live in the feeling of abundance, and that feeling will reproduce itself in form. Dr. Murphy often said, the feeling of wealth produces wealth. Keep your mind on the things you want and off the things you do not want. When you think about lack, you strengthen lack. When you think about abundance, you strengthen abundance. Your thoughts are prayers, and your emotions are magnets. To believe in poverty is to pray for more of it. To believe in abundance is to open the floodgates of divine supply. There is an invisible energy surrounding every human being, a field of vibration shaped by the dominant tone of one's belief. When you believe in struggle, that vibration repels ease. When you believe in blessing, it attracts miracles. This is why 2 people in the same job, earning the same income, can live entirely different lives. One struggles constantly while the other thrives effortlessly. The difference lies not in the world around them, but in the conviction within them. So begin today to practice the art of believing rightly. Do not measure your faith by appearances. Do not look at your current bank balance to decide whether you are prosperous. Look instead to the infinite source that lives within you. Say to yourself often, I am one with the inexhaustible riches of the universe. Every day, my faith grows stronger and my supply expands in perfect harmony. When doubt arises, and it will, do not fight it. Replace it. Quietly affirm, divine substance now fills my life. There is no lack in God, and therefore there is no lack in me. Repeat this until peace returns. That peace is the sign that belief has taken hold again. Belief is the key that turns potential into manifestation. It is the invisible cause behind every visible result. Believe in poverty, and you must live it. Believe in abundance, and you must demonstrate it. For what you believe about life, life must become for you. So say these words with conviction. I believe in my prosperity. I believe that money loves me. I believe that abundance is my birthright. I believe that all I need now comes to me easily, freely, joyfully, and without end. Hold this belief not as an effort, but as your natural awareness of truth. For when you truly believe in your wealth, wealth will believe in you, and it will find you, follow you, and serve you faithfully. For belief is the invisible magnet that commands the flow of all riches. The divine partnership. There is a partnership between you and the infinite, a sacred alliance between your conscious choice and the universal law of supply. You are not alone in your pursuit of abundance. You are working with the greatest power in existence, the power that created stars, that governs tides, that moves through every atom of your being. When you align your thoughts with this infinite source, you enter into divine partnership, and in that union, struggle ceases. You do not have to force prosperity, you allow it. A woman once said to Dr. Joseph Murphy, I am always praying for money, but I feel as though I am begging the universe for help. He replied, you must not pray as a beggar. You must pray as a partner. The infinite is not withholding from you. It is offering itself through you. He taught her to change her prayer from pleading to affirmation. Each morning she declared, God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. I am in partnership with divine wisdom, and all my needs are met now. Within weeks, new clients appeared for her small business. Debts were cleared, and she began to live with ease. She said, I finally realized I wasn't alone. The universe had been waiting for me to say yes. This divine partnership is the secret of effortless success. When you see yourself as a separate struggler, you cut yourself off from the flow. But when you see yourself as a channel through which divine intelligence expresses, you move with power. You become guided instead of anxious, inspired instead of tired, receptive instead of resistant. The same infinite wisdom that governs the stars begins to govern your finances, your ideas, your timing, and your opportunities. You do not have to figure out how prosperity will come. Your task is to know that it will come. The how belongs to the infinite. When you worry about means and methods, you are stepping out of partnership and back into self-effort. Say instead, divine intelligence knows exactly how to prosper me, and it is doing so now. Then rest in calm expectancy, for faith is not strain, it is peace. The law of divine partnership requires two actions, faith and action. Faith opens the inner door, action expresses the outer form. When you feel guided to act, act with confidence. When you feel moved to give, give freely. When you receive inspiration, follow it. Your cooperation with these inner promptings keeps the current alive. Money is movement, not stillness, and partnership means trusting the movement. Many fail to prosper because they pray one way and live another. They affirm abundance, but act in fear. They speak of faith, but hoard in anxiety. This inner contradiction blocks the current. True partnership means harmony between thought, word, and deed. When your inner knowing says, "I am supplied," your actions will reflect calm generosity, wise stewardship, and joyful giving. That alignment multiplies your results. Each morning, renew your partnership by declaring, "I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Divine intelligence directs my thoughts, governs my finances, and prospers all my affairs. I am an open channel for abundance, and I bless all I give and all I receive." These words are not mere affirmations. They are contracts between you and the infinite. Spoken with faith, they activate the law. When you see someone prospering, do not envy. Bless them. Their success is proof of the law in action. What you bless increases for you. Say within yourself, "The same God that prospers them prospers me." In divine partnership, there is no competition, only cooperation with the universal flow. As you deepen this awareness, money will cease to feel like something you chase. It will become a natural companion. You will find that you are guided in perfect timing, that opportunities find you without struggle, that your efforts yield rich results. This is the mark of true partnership. You no longer try to make things happen. You let them happen through you. Say often, "I'm not struggling alone. I'm walking in partnership with the infinite. All that I need is now flowing to me in perfect ways." When you feel this truth deeply, when you live in this awareness, life becomes effortless. You will find that money, ideas, and opportunities come not as random luck, but as the harmonious movement of your divine partnership in action. And wherever you go, prosperity will go with you, for the infinite has chosen you as its channel, and nothing can stop the current that flows through the one who knows they are one with the source. Excellent. We'll continue seamlessly in the same Dr. Joseph Murphy-inspired tone, meditative rhythm, and structure. Below are parts 6 and 7, each about 700 words. Parts 8-10 will follow afterward to complete the 10-part script. The secret of calm expectancy. The mind that is anxious about money repels it. The mind that is calm and expectant attracts it. The law of attraction does not respond to desperation. It responds to conviction. When you are nervous, worried, or hurried, you send out vibrations of resistance. When you are calm, confident, and sure, you open the channels for divine supply. Expectancy is faith in motion. It is the quiet assurance that what you have, claimed inwardly, must appear outwardly. It is not tension, it is peace. A man once told Dr. Joseph Murphy, "I affirm abundance daily, but I feel nothing changes." Dr. Murphy said, "You are affirming with your lips, but denying with your heart. You're saying, 'I am rich,' while inwardly expecting failure. You cannot serve two masters, the master of faith and the master of fear. Choose one, and the law will obey." The man began to practice a new form of affirmation, not hurried or mechanical, but calm and deliberate. Each night before sleep he repeated, "Thank you, infinite intelligence, for the money and opportunities that are now mine. I rest in your perfect order." He imagined himself already in possession of the desired wealth and drifted into sleep feeling the truth of it. Within weeks, unexpected income came, followed by new opportunities that ended years of struggle. His calm expectancy had opened the door. To expect is to prepare. You cannot expect prosperity while clinging to doubt. Expectation requires you to make room for the thing you desire. If you truly expected more, would you still speak of lack? Would you still shrink from opportunity? Expectation is the invisible invitation that calls abundance to your door. Therefore, begin each day with gratitude for what is already on its way. Say, "I expect lavish abundance today. I expect inspired ideas, generous friends, and divine opportunities. I walk in the certainty that life supports me." Worry is faith in reverse. It is faith in failure, belief in loss, and conviction in lack. Each time you worry about money, you're practicing the very opposite of prosperity consciousness. You are training your subconscious to create delay and struggle. But when you replace worry with calm assurance, you begin to see results that others call miracles. The calm mind is the creative mind. In stillness, you hear divine guidance. In peace, the right ideas rise to the surface. That is why meditation is not a luxury. It is the workshop of prosperity. When your outer mind is silent, the inner intelligence begins to speak. It may direct you to take a small action, make a call, write a letter, apply for a position, or offer a service. These gentle impulses are the voice of the infinite leading you toward your good. Follow them with confidence, for calm expectancy and inspired action always walk hand in hand. A woman once told Dr. Murphy that she feared losing her home. He told her to imagine her home surrounded by divine light and to affirm, "Infinite supply is meeting all my obligations now. I live in the house of divine abundance." She repeated this quietly every day, replacing fear with faith. Within 2 months, her situation reversed completely. Her finances improved, and her mortgage was paid in full by means she had never foreseen. When asked how it happened, she said, "It was as if the fear left me, and when it did, supply entered." Calm expectancy is not blind optimism. It is spiritual intelligence. It knows that the law of cause and effect never fails. The seed must bring forth the harvest after its kind. You have planted the seed of prosperity in your subconscious. Now wait with calm trust, for the law cannot be hurried. The farmer does not dig up his crop to see if it's growing. He waters it and knows it will appear. So must you. Say to yourself daily, "I now rest in divine expectancy. All that belongs to me by right of consciousness now flows to me. Nothing can delay my good. The river of supply moves freely through my life, and I rejoice in its perfect unfolding." When you say this with peace, you are not demanding, you are allowing. You are not pleading, you are permitting the infinite to express through you. Money comes to those who expect it calmly, gratefully, confidently. It hunts the soul that has learned to wait without worry and to act without haste. When your heart is peaceful and your mind is expectant, abundance must find you, for you have become one with the quiet rhythm of divine supply. The purity of purpose. Money follows purpose. It does not flow to confusion, greed, or idleness. It flows to clarity, service, and sincerity. When your purpose is pure, when your motive is to express more of life, to share, to create, to uplift, then prosperity becomes inevitable. The law of life rewards expansion, not contraction. You are here not to hoard, but to circulate good. The clearer your purpose, the stronger your magnetic power. A man once said to Dr. Joseph Murphy, "I work hard, but my business doesn't prosper. I pray for money constantly, yet it never stays." Dr. Murphy asked him, "Why do you want money?" The man replied, "Because I'm tired of worrying." Murphy smiled and said, "That is not a purpose. That is a reaction. You cannot attract abundance by running from fear. Find a higher motive." He guided the man to meditate on the idea of service. The man realized his true desire was to improve lives through his work, to help others live better. He began affirming daily, "I am prospered in all ways as I serve the divine in others. My business is a channel of blessing." Within a few months, his income multiplied, and he said, "When my purpose changed, my fortune changed." The subconscious responds most powerfully to sincerity. When your affirmations are filled with genuine purpose, they carry spiritual authority. If you affirm wealth only to impress others, your words are hollow. But when you affirm it to express life more fully, to bless, to create, to give, then the law supports you with invisible power. Money is not an end. It is a means. It is the servant of purpose. You must decide what you intend to do with your wealth, for without direction, energy dissipates. When you declare a purpose aligned with love, your subconscious begins to marshal unseen forces to fulfill it. The infinite works through definite ideas, not vague wishes. You may say, I desire to prosper so I may give more, live better, and serve more greatly. This is a noble purpose, and the universe delights in supporting it. Every great fortune that endures is rooted in service. When your prosperity blesses others, it is protected by divine law. Some people chase money without meaning, and even when they find it, it brings no peace. They have wealth in hand, but poverty in heart. Their riches soon flee, for they are unanchored in purpose. But when money is joined to the joy of giving, it multiplies and remains. The happiest people are those whose prosperity flows through them as a blessing to others. Dr. Murphy once said, "To love what you do and know you are helping others is the greatest prosperity." When you feel that your work is divine expression, you cease to struggle. You no longer chase results. You channel them. Your purpose and your prosperity merge into one harmonious flow. You must also purify your purpose from fear. Many say, I must get money before something bad happens. That is not creation. It is defense. Fear-based goals create strain and delay. The mind must be serene to prosper. Affirm instead, I am divinely guided in all my plans. My purpose is blessed, and divine wisdom reveals the perfect way for its fulfillment. Let these words clear your path. Money will always come to those who know why they desire it. When you give your desire a pure motive, the law of life responds instantly. Your purpose acts as a blueprint, and your subconscious constructs its material equivalent. Do not work for money. Work for the joy of expressing the divine idea within you. Money will follow. Each night before sleep, imagine yourself joyfully fulfilling your purpose, helping, creating, sharing, and see abundance flowing naturally as a result. Feel gratitude for being used as a channel of good. This feeling draws prosperity faster than effort alone. Say often, I am a channel for divine service. My purpose is pure, my motives are good, and money flows to me as a river of blessing. All that I do prospers, and all who contact me are enriched. When your purpose is pure, you cannot fail. The infinite moves through you as clarity, as creativity, as prosperity. You will find yourself guided to the right work, the right people, the right timing. And as you live in this spirit, money will not merely come, it will come gladly, for it will recognize in you not a seeker of gain, but a servant of the source itself. Perfect. We'll now continue seamlessly in the same Joseph Murphy-inspired rhythm and tone, meditative and affirmational. Below are parts 8, 9, and 10, each 700 words, completing the full 10-part script for Say These Affirmations and Money Will Hunt You. The Law of Gratitude. Gratitude is the master key to all riches. It opens every door, melts every obstacle, and multiplies every blessing. A grateful mind is never poor, for it lives in constant recognition of the source of supply. Gratitude transforms what you have into enough and what you affirm into reality. When you thank life for its gifts, you magnetize more to thank it for. When you complain or dwell in lack, you cut off the current that sustains you. Gratitude is the divine acknowledgement that your good is already here, that it is unfolding now in perfect timing. A man once said to Dr. Joseph Murphy, I have nothing to be grateful for. Everything in my life has gone wrong. Dr. Murphy said, then begin to give thanks for the breath in your lungs, for the power to think, for the sun that shines on your face. Gratitude does not wait for results. It creates them. The man began to practice a simple ritual. Each morning, he wrote down 10 things he was grateful for, even if they seemed small. He thanked God for the clothes he wore, the roof over his head, the meals he ate. Slowly, something changed. His mood lifted, his energy grew, and opportunities began to appear. Within 6 months, he found steady work and financial peace. When asked what caused the change, he said, "I learned to give thanks before I had anything, and that made me rich inside. The rest followed naturally." Gratitude is not a mere sentiment. It is a vibration. It aligns your mind with the frequency of abundance. The grateful person expects good, sees good, and receives good. The ungrateful person expects loss, sees lack, and receives limitation. Your outer world is the mirror of your inner attitude. Therefore, when you fill your heart with thanksgiving, your life becomes a reflection of prosperity. Say often, "Thank you, infinite intelligence, for the wealth now flowing to me. Thank you for the opportunities unfolding, for the divine ideas prospering me, for the perfect order in my affairs." These words, spoken with sincerity, open the floodgates of supply. They affirm to your subconscious that you already have what you desire, and that realization calls forth its visible form. Dr. Murphy taught that gratitude is the language of faith. Faith says, "I know it is done," and gratitude says, "I thank you that it is so." Every time you give thanks in advance, you activate the law of manifestation. You move from asking to receiving. You turn the key in the invisible lock of supply. Practice the habit of gratitude even for things that have not yet appeared. When you say, "Thank you for my financial freedom," even before it comes, you are affirming your trust in the law. You are declaring that what you have asked for already exists in the unseen. The subconscious accepts this as fact and proceeds to bring it into expression. A woman once came to Dr. Murphy burdened by debt. He told her, "Begin to bless your bills. See them as evidence of trust in your ability to pay." She began to say over each one, "I give thanks that divine supply meets this in full and on time." She said that after a few weeks, her fear vanished. Within months, her debts were cleared through unexpected channels. She said, "When I stopped resenting my bills and started blessing them, they disappeared." Gratitude reverses fear. It replaces tension with trust. When you thank life for what you already have, you demonstrate confidence in the source. And what you demonstrate, you attract. Gratitude is the spiritual proof of abundance consciousness. Each night before sleep, review your day and say, "Thank you, Infinite Spirit, for every blessing, seen and unseen. Thank you for the increase that is mine now." Fall asleep in that vibration of appreciation, and you will awaken to new opportunities. The grateful heart never runs dry. It is a perpetual fountain, continually fed by divine substance. Say daily, "Thank you, God, for the money that loves me and flows to me. Thank you for the joy of giving, for the wisdom to manage abundance, and for the grace to share it." These words align you with the rhythm of life's givingness. And when you live in gratitude, money no longer eludes you. It seeks you, for you have become one with the spirit of increase itself. The law of forgiveness. To receive freely, you must forgive freely. Nothing blocks abundance faster than resentment, criticism, or guilt. These emotions are like stones in the stream of prosperity. They stop the current of good from flowing through your life. Forgiveness clears the channel. It releases you from the vibration of judgment and returns you to the vibration of love, which is the natural state of abundance. Dr. Joseph Murphy often said, "You cannot be rich while hating another's wealth. You cannot prosper while resenting anyone." A man once told him, "I cannot forgive my business partner for betraying me." Murphy replied, "You are not punishing him, you are punishing your own prosperity." He taught the man to repeat daily, "I freely forgive my partner. I wish him success and happiness. The love of God releases us both." The man resisted at first, but soon he felt lighter. Within weeks, a new business opportunity appeared, far better than the one he lost. He said, When I forgave him, it was as if the universe forgave me too. Forgiveness does not mean approval. It means release. You do not condone another's error. You free yourself from its grip. The moment you forgive, divine energy rushes back into your affairs. The subconscious, once clouded by resentment, becomes clear and creative again. You must also forgive yourself. Many people block prosperity through guilt. Guilt over past mistakes, missed chances, or misused money. They secretly believe they do not deserve abundance, and the subconscious obeys that belief. But the law of life is not punishment, it is correction. The moment you forgive yourself, you are cleansed of limitation. Say, I am free from the past. I am forgiven and renewed. I now accept wealth, happiness, and success as my divine inheritance. Speak these words until you feel the burden lift. Dr. Murphy said, "Your subconscious will not bring you what you condemn." If you condemn wealth or the wealthy or yourself, you are cutting off your supply. To forgive is to free the current. Love and abundance are of the same essence. One cannot exist without the other. If you find it hard to forgive, begin by blessing. Say, I bless everyone who has ever wronged me. I bless all who have prospered. I bless all who remind me of the love of God in action. Keep blessing until the inner resistance dissolves. Soon you will feel a new peace, and peace always precedes increase. A woman once said to Dr. Murphy, I have prayed for prosperity for years, but nothing happens. He asked, Whom have you not forgiven? She began to weep. She realized she had carried anger toward her brother for over a decade. He told her to release it through affirmation. I release my brother and myself into divine love. All is forgiven. All is well. Within a month, she received an unexpected inheritance through that very brother. Forgiveness had opened the floodgate. So say often, I freely forgive everyone, including myself. Divine love floods my mind and heart, dissolving all resentment. I am cleansed, free, and open to abundance. These words are not sentimental, they are scientific. They align your vibration with divine flow. Forgive quickly, bless continually, love always. Then money, opportunity, and success will flow to you without obstruction. For forgiveness restores the natural current of abundance, and where love flows, prosperity must follow. The eternal source. Within. There is only one source of wealth, one giver, one power, and it lives within you. The world is not your source. Your job is not your source. People are not your source. They are channels, instruments through which the infinite substance of God expresses. But the source itself is the limitless spirit within you. When you realize this truth, you will never fear lack again. Dr. Joseph Murphy said, The greatest discovery of my life was that the God within me is the source of my supply. Once you understand this, you cease chasing outer conditions. You turn inward to the infinite wellspring that never runs dry. From that center, all things flow. A man once came to him saying, I am afraid my company will close, and I'll lose everything. Murphy replied, You cannot lose anything real. The same power that prospered you before can prosper you again in 1,000 ways. The source is infinite. He instructed him to affirm, God is my eternal supply. My income comes from the infinite, not from any single channel. Soon the company merged with another. The man's position improved. He said later, When I stopped fearing the loss of one channel, 10 others opened. The source within is infinite intelligence, forever seeking expression through you. It knows the way to prosper you beyond your imagining. Your task is to recognize it, trust it, and cooperate with it. When you align with this awareness, you no longer live in tension or competition. You live in assurance. Each morning, remind yourself, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. The source within me is eternal and inexhaustible. divine substance now manifests as abundance in every area of my life. These words, spoken with faith, awaken the inner power. You may lose money, but you can never lose the source. You may change jobs, but you cannot be cut off from divine supply. The river may shift its course, but the ocean remains. When one door closes, another opens, because the source is limitless and eternal. That is why the prosperous person is calm in adversity. He knows that the same intelligence that created worlds also directs his affairs perfectly. As you go through life, remind yourself that you are not a beggar before an indifferent universe. You are a channel through which divine abundance flows. Say, "Infinite Spirit prospers me now. I am guided to wealth, wisdom, and well-being. I trust the source completely." When you feel this truth deeply, all fear dissolves. You walk in a quiet certainty that life supports you at every turn. Money, then, is not your goal. It is the reflection of your inner state. The more you trust the source, the more easily money flows. The less you worry about supply, the more supply you have. The universe cannot fail you because it lives through you. The divine presence within is the treasure house of infinite riches. So affirm daily, "The source within me is infinite. The law of increase governs my life. I am forever sustained by divine abundance. Everywhere I go, prosperity greets me." Let these words be your final prayer and your constant reminder. For the truth is simple and eternal. You are one with the boundless riches of the infinite mind. You are not meant to struggle for supply. You are meant to radiate it. When you know this truth and live in its vibration, you will find that money, opportunity, and success do not need to be pursued. They will pursue you. They will hunt you down, not as prey, but as blessings eager to find their rightful owner, the one who knows that the source of all wealth is within.